All right, let's get right into it. If you've ever been on a long, tough journey, building a company, learning a new skill, chasing some huge dream, you always hit that one brutal question: should I just give up? It's a real moment of truth, and today we're going to figure out how to answer it. So this quote, it comes from a founder named Brian, and he shared his story as a kind of warning. And man, is it a powerful one. His experience just perfectly captures this hidden truth about success and failure, and it's a mistake that costs people their big breakthrough every single day. And this leads us to something I call the quitting point paradox. It's this kind of cruel twist that the exact moment everything inside you is screaming quit, the moment it feels absolutely impossible, that is so often the very moment you are right on the edge of succeeding. So let's unpack that. Let's go back to Brian for a second. Just try to imagine this: 3 straight years of 80-hour weeks. He poured every penny of his life savings into this thing. Every investor told him no. His co-founder bailed. And his bank account, it was down to just $400. So he did what felt like the only thing he could do. He shut it all down. And here's the real gut punch. Just 6 months after he quit, a competitor who was solving the exact same problem raised $50 million. They became a unicorn, a billion-dollar company. Brian was just 6 months too early. So, what happened there? What did he miss? See, what Brian went through, it's actually a really predictable phase in any project that's worth doing. There's a concept for this, best explained by the author Seth Godin, who gives it this brilliant, simple name, the dip. And understanding this is the key to figuring out why so many people quit right before they're about to win. So, what is the dip? Well, it's that long, hard valley between the initial excitement of starting something new and the awesome reward of finally succeeding. It's that point where the early motivation is gone, the work gets way harder, and the results just seem to vanish. It's the grind. And it's exactly where most people throw in the towel. This timeline just lays it out perfectly. You start off with this exciting rush of progress, right? You're getting good feedback, but then you hit the dip. Growth just flattens out, doubts start to creep in, and every single day feels like a struggle. This part, it's a filter. It's designed to weed people out. But for the ones who push through it, the breakthrough is right there waiting on the other side. And listen, this isn't just some theory, it's a pattern. Just look at these stories. The Airbnb founders were so broke after 3 years, they were literally selling breakfast cereal to pay their rent. Jan Koum was 5 years into building WhatsApp with almost zero traction. Reid Hoffman was months away from having to shut down LinkedIn. Sara Blakely heard no for 2 solid years. They were all deep, deep in the dip. And if you want a really extreme example of just not giving up, think about Colonel Sanders. He was rejected 1,009 times before a single restaurant said yes to his chicken recipe. Can you even imagine hearing no 1,000 times? He was in his 60s, totally broke, sleeping in his car. But that one yes changed absolutely everything. That's the power of pushing through the dip. Okay, so this brings us to the most important question for you right now. How do you know if you're in one of these productive struggles, a dip, or if you're just banging your head against a wall? Because let's be real, sometimes quitting is the smart move. So the trick is learning to tell the difference. To help us figure this out, let's use another simple analogy. What if you're not in a dip at all? What if you're in what Seth Godin calls a cul-de-sac? A dead-end street. A cul-de-sac means no matter how hard you work or how long you stick with it, there's no breakthrough coming. You're just stuck. And this really shows you the difference. If you're in a dip, you're gonna see some signs of life, right? Maybe some slow traction, you're solving a real problem for people, the market's growing, you're learning things, and deep down, you still believe. But in a cul-de-sac, it's just silence. No traction after a year of trying, maybe the market is even shrinking, and this is the big one, you've lost faith. And the thought of stopping actually feels like a relief. You've got to be really honest with yourself about which of these two paths feels more true. So let's say you've looked at all the signals, and you've decided, okay, I'm in the dip, I'm not in a dead end. Now what? How do you actually find the strength to survive that slog and make it to the other side? Let's break down a few clear, actionable things you can do. Okay, first thing, take the emotion out of the decision. Set a clear time horizon, just like Reid Hoffman did with LinkedIn. Commit to 6 more months or 12 more months. Second, you have to find the signal in all the noise. Pick one, and I mean only one, key metric to obsess over. Is it your weekly active users? Is it revenue? Just focus all your energy on moving that one number. And third, you have to connect back to your why.
When all the data is discouraging, your mission, the reason you even started this, that's the only fuel you've got. I want you to really let this sink in for a second. The difficulty you're feeling isn't a bug, it's a feature. The dip is supposed to be hard. It's the world's way of testing you, of filtering out everyone who isn't committed enough. If it feels impossible, that might just mean you're on exactly the right track.
So, we end up right back where we started, with Brian's story. If you're in that struggle right now and you are thinking about quitting, I just want you to ask yourself this one question. What if you're just like him? What if all this hard work is just about to pay off? What if your breakthrough is only 6 months away?